Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome. If you are watching live, just go ahead and say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll get started in just a minute. I am Kelly with Collage-Lab, and this is Inside the Lab Live. I'll be taking your questions and sharing some behind the scenes from Collage-Lab. So I'm so happy you are here. I'm going to go ahead and get started, but you can let me know in the chat where you're watching from. And if you're brand new to Collage-Lab, I would love to welcome you to this crazy experiment we've been doing for 5 years now. Debbie, welcome from Tallahassee. It's a hot, beautiful day. It is hot here in South Texas as well. I'm so glad you're here, Debbie. Welcome, welcome. So for those of you that are new, I'm just going to introduce myself briefly and introduce you to Collage-Lab, and then tell you what's happening in the near future here at Collage-Lab, our little piece of the internet. I am Kelly. I'm a mixed media collage artist. I am coming to you live from Rockport, Texas, which is on the Gulf Coast of Texas. I'm the founder of Collage-Lab. I spent over 25 years in nonprofit theater arts and administration before switching to collage. I'm a lifelong learner. I am a one-person business and a serial entrepreneur. My little Funko Pop collage artist doll was created with AI by a friend of mine, and I don't think it could be more perfect. Some fun facts about me. I started working in the theater when I was 15 years old, just fell in love with it. I did also spend 10 years full-time in the Army National Guard. That is a picture of me next to a helicopter. Toured the United States with Garrison Keillor's public radio show, A Prairie Home Companion. I also toured the United States with 5 semis full of animatronic dinosaurs. I was the general manager of a Tony Award-winning regional theater. I owned an independent bookstore. I met my current boyfriend during a Cat 4 hurricane, and he and I are the happy caretakers of 5 sweet cows. Hello, welcome, bartender's daughter in Chicago. I have spent a lot of my life in the Midwest and some of it in Chicago. Both my folks are from Chicago. So that's me. Collage-Lab. Collage-Lab started 5 years ago this month. Started a little bit sooner than that, but as far as classes and what it has grown into today, I mark the anniversary as April 8th, 2020, when I released my very first online collage class called G is for Grids. It's a free class. It's a lot of fun. Later that same month in 2020, I released the Collage Alphabet, a year-long really fun class where we go through the entire alphabet with different collage projects and themes and things like that. I started hosting free play dates, which I still do, not as often, but I'm going to try to get back into it a little bit more this year. I have published 15 collections of collage art. And one more I'll tell you about that's coming very soon. And in September of 2023, I turned Collage-Lab into a membership program. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of behind the scenes, what we're working on here at Collage-Lab and in the membership. I am right now putting the finishing touches on a book for World Collage Day. I had an open call to international collage artists to submit work for this year's World Collage Day publication. You can see here in 2021, I did this international call. I had everyone submit a round collage, and those that were selected were published in a book called Think Global, Glue Local. In 2022, I asked for house-shaped collages and published Collage in the House, which I think is still one of my very favorites. 2023, 2023, I asked for portraits, and we published Faces of Collage, which is really full of amazing art as well. Last year, I asked for heart-shaped collages and created For the Love of Collage, which features 60 heart-shaped collages. And all of those are available through my Amazon store if you want to take a look at any of them. And what I'm hard at work on right now is doing the final layout for this year's World Collage Day publication. I will be hosting a virtual book launch. This is the 5th year that I've done the international call for World Collage Day. So we kind of have a rhythm. I do a virtual book launch, and I reveal who has been selected as the cover artist. 26 artists of all of the ones that submitted were selected for this book. This book is going to feature 30 collages, and the theme was to show your neighborhood, or even a neighborhood of your dreams, your imagination, maybe the place you grew up, maybe the place you want to live in the future. So that is coming out probably within the next week and a half, because World Collage Day is very, very soon. It is May 10th this year, and the book will be published and available before that. Monday, and one of the reasons I hopped on today for this live, is to let you know about this really fun workshop I've got coming up on Monday. You know, things are difficult in the world right now, no matter where you're at. I'm in the US, so things are very difficult for a lot of people here in the US right now. And it's heartbreaking, but artists keep creating. When things are bad, this is our time to shine. It is also a great way to release some of the stress, some of the bad things that are happening. And so I invite you to a very special live workshop on Monday called Landscapes of Letting Go. We're going to create collage landscapes. They'll be abstract. We'll make some of our own papers. It will be a relaxing, enjoyable experience. And so if you are interested in joining me, or if you've signed up already, and if you're in our membership, you don't need to sign up. I'm giving it to our members as a free bonus. But if you attend live on Monday, you will have a chance to win this mini landscape that I've created. And so I'm going to put a link in the chat if you want to sign up. Let me make this bigger so you can see the collage that I'm going to give away. It's not paying attention to me. Okay, let's see here. Full screen. There we go. So this collage is 4 inches by 12 inches. It's got a beautiful wood frame. It'll fit anywhere. So even if you don't have a lot of wall space, you've got a chance to win that if you show up live on Monday. So register for Landscapes of Letting Go. And what else do I have going on? There's so much happening inside our membership all the time. Every month there are so many events inside the membership. So let me get back to this. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Gorgeous landscape collage. Check your calendar. Absolutely. The replay will be available, but if you attend live, you will have an opportunity to win that. And so let me get back to the screen layout I wanted. Not that one, maybe this one. And on to the next slide. So I just want to share, and I'm going to try to do this every month. I just want to share some of the fabulous things happening inside our membership this month. We have just moved to a brand new platform. I have laid out these fun little success paths because, you join a membership and there are a bunch of courses and replays and things like that, and you don't know where to start. And so to help people, whether they're brand new to our membership or whether they've been around for a while, help them pick out, the next class to watch, the next thing to do. So I'm really happy with these success paths. We are on a brand new platform. We closed our Facebook group, got totally off of Facebook. Our forum and our classes, everything takes place in one location. We've got amazing artists. These are some of our members. They call themselves the Lab Rats. I asked them to take selfies with either scissors or a glue stick, and they did not disappoint. So if you are interested, I've got a special offer going on right now that I'll tell you about in a minute. But what else is going on here in the membership? We do a quarterly swap. The first quarter of this year, we swapped artist trading cards, and just so much fun getting to know people in our community, in the membership, and then getting a little miniature piece of artwork from them. And this quarter, we're making these crazy, messy, I call them paper chaos. We did a workshop where we created these really fun papers. And so we're going to sign up and get swap partners and send some of our messy, crazy papers to our partner. So that's happening this quarter. Every month inside the membership, I have a challenge, whether it's a theme or a material or something like that. We do a monthly challenge. It's totally optional. None of this is something you absolutely have to participate in. But our Ignite Monthly Challenge is a good way to get together and to have something to some months, all you can do is create one thing. And so I give you a little bit of a nudge with our monthly challenge. One of my favorite things of the membership, I didn't even know it was going to be one of my favorites, but every month we get together for a conversation. And can you imagine, if you love collage, to be in a room? Yes, it's virtual, but we're on Zoom so we can see each other's faces and get to know each other. And we just talk for an hour about a topic. And you're with these wonderful, like-minded, kind, sharing, generous other collage artists, and the conversations are fabulous. This month, I encourage them to talk about things that they might call their signature way of working, whether it's certain marks they make, certain materials they use, certain compositional layouts, what kinds of things are defining of their style, kind of their own creative fingerprint. And it was an amazing conversation. We also get together once a month for a fun little project. It's a demo, easy to do, easy to fit into your schedule, just to try something new, whether it's a technique or a project or something like that. And then we've got these Elevate Master Classes, and those take place twice a month for 3 months each. And this is where we do the deep dives. We just started our second quarter Elevate working in series. And so we are creating different collage series. We're approaching it in a bunch of different ways, different inspirations, and I'll be introducing different frameworks that people can create their collages using. And we also have an anytime co-working. It's a Zoom room where you can get together with other members anytime you'd like to. And so that sense of community, it gets more real when you can be on a Zoom with only 2 or 3 other people and share what you're working on or ask for, feedback or ideas. So anytime co-working is one of my favorite things as well. And these are just some nice comments from our members. I'm just gonna go through those quickly because you can read them on my website. The thing I wanted to bring up is I turned 61 this month, and G is for Grids and Collage Alphabet turned 5 years old this month. And so I decided to host a month-long birthday sale. And that includes original art, it includes some of my most popular classes, and it includes the membership. So I'm going to put some links in the chat. This sale, all of these sales, end Tuesday, April 30th. Is Tuesday, April 30th or Wednesday? Wednesday, April 30th at midnight Central Time. And I've got a selection of original artwork, collage, and encaustic that's all priced at $61 with free shipping. I have, it kind of broke my comment in two there. I'll fix that in a minute. 61% off of select courses. These are pre-recorded classes that you can enjoy at your own pace, or 61% off your first month if you want to try out the membership. 61% off makes it $11 to give it a try. So I'm gonna put each of these links separately in the comments. But the next part of this is a Q&A. So if you have any burning questions about collage, about Collage-Lab, about the membership, about any of the classes, go ahead and put those in the comments. I would love to answer anything, even if it's, what's your favorite glue or anything like that. So I've got all those links in the comments for you, and this is your chance to ask me anything. I'm going to scroll back and see if we've got any questions yet. Any questions at all? Why do you love collage? I'll ask the question. If you want to put in the comments why you love collage, I would love to see that. Because I think it's something, if you're watching today, you probably love collage as much as I do, as much as my students do, as much as our members do. And everybody's got their own personal reasons for loving this art form. And so I'd love to hear that. Or any questions at all that you might have. And while I'm waiting for questions, I'll just repeat myself. Monday, Landscapes of Letting Go. We are going to create beautiful abstract landscapes. If you show up, if you register and show up live on Monday, it's 3 p.m. Central Time. If it's 1 p.m. Central Time, I apologize. Today is 3 p.m. Central Time. Monday, we are live at 1 p.m. Central Time. You will have access to the replay, so for as long as you want. So that's not a problem if you can't make it. But if you attend live, I will do a drawing and give away that collage that I showed you, that abstract. Debbie's got a comment. My collages usually turn out pretty busy. Do you have a suggestion for how I can learn to simplify them? Oh, wow. Yes, simplifying, getting more minimalistic is tricky. It really is. Some of us just, more is better, more is more. And so I think as you're putting things together, number one, practice a little bit of restraint. It doesn't need to all be there all the time, all at once. The other thing is, when I find myself doing that, is I'll put everything down, but I won't glue anything. And then it's kind of like if you were a writer and you were editing a chapter of a book. Take one piece out and see if the collage makes sense without that one piece. And then try taking another piece out. So, taking words out until you still have the essence of the artwork, but you don't have all of the extra stuff. That would be an exercise that I would try first, just to try to simplify a little bit. And if that doesn't work, if you're like, no, it's all important, that's okay. Everybody's got their own style, and what you may call busy may be something that someone may appreciate as being, full of layers and a story, and multiple ways of looking at your topic or that sort of thing. Absolutely. So there's no right or wrong way, but if you want to simplify a little bit, I would try that, where you just take one thing out. If it's really critical, put it back, but take something else out until you get to a place where it's got exactly what it needs and no fluff, no extras. Any other questions? I am going to try to do this more regularly. I'm going to try to get back on a regular schedule on YouTube. If you were following along for Mixed Media March Minis this year, it kind of kicked my butt doing a live bit. Or not, it wasn't live. It was recorded, but doing a video every single day in March with new techniques, some things I had never tried before. And so there's always that unknown. So needless to say, March Minis kicked my butt this year. Bartender's Daughter says, collage literally saved my life. You are not alone. You are not alone in that. And some of our members have told stories of that being the exact thing. Art is so important in our lives, especially right now with all of the crazy chaos and everything going on all over the world. And so sometimes just taking time to treat yourself, take care of yourself. It is self-care to just take some time to create. Collage can be done with the simplest of materials. I mentioned in my intro that I met my boyfriend during a Cat 4 hurricane here in Rockport, Texas. And that was in 2017. Hurricane Harvey took a direct hit on our little coastal town. And our local art center was destroyed. And they'd been in the process of planning a new building. So they had purchased some land, and there was an existing building, a small one on it. And they worked so hard to get that building open and functional as quick as possible. And as soon as they had, a couple of tables and some chairs in that classroom, I said, I will teach anything. I just think we need an escape. People needed a creative way to escape, get away from, forget about for a few hours, whether it was, waiting on contractors, waiting on insurance adjusters, going back to their homes that were in ruins, and, trying to pick up the pieces. And so it is so important. It is just so important. Miriam says collage is freeing and kind of like jigsaw puzzles, great for the brain. Absolutely. Absolutely. One thing that I absolutely, when I'm creating my art for myself, or when I'm not teaching, when I'm just creating. I think the part of it I enjoy the most is that part where my brain is trying to figure out the logistics, trying to figure out how to make these pieces work together, trying to figure out how to have that thing sticking on, some strange substrate or something like that. And it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You've got some pieces. How do you put them together? Everybody's going to put them together differently. So that is a great way to exercise your brain. And it's also a great way to shut out all of the other noise. So if instead of scrolling through the news media and things like that, shut that all out and just, immerse your brain in tearing pieces of paper, cutting things out, flipping through magazines. Absolutely. It's so critical right now to our well-being and our mental health. Good repositionable glue or tape. That's kind of true. It's not tricky because I'm sure there are some. I've used a few repositionable things. I don't generally use, if I'm going to glue something down, I commit, and it's stuck forever. But that being said, sometimes you do want things that are repositionable, that aren't permanent. One kind of tape that I use, and I know you're in New Zealand, so I don't know if what comparable product it would be, but 3M over here makes a fabulous low tack artist tape, and I use that. I use that a lot for framing a collage, going crazy over the edges and then taking that off. As far as sticking something down and being able to remove it or move it, I would look at, I don't have one right here in front of me, but I would look at, usually like in the scrapbooking section, they have tape runners and tape dots, different adhesives, and some are permanent and some are removable. And it comes in a cartridge, and it'll just put the adhesive, it's like double-sided tape in a little cartridge, but they do make those that are removable. And so that might work if you want to place something down but not totally commit to it, or see how it works. That would be something I might try. Any other questions? All right, let me see if I have any more slides. No more slides. You can find, well, I'm in transition between websites, so you can find most things at this site here, explore.collagelab.com. There's a link to our memberships, there's a link to classes, and yeah, most of it's there. It's not totally built out yet. I got the membership back end of that site built first so I could get all of our members over there. And there's a tour of our membership here on YouTube that if you're interested in kind of seeing what it looks like behind the scenes, it is one of the more recent YouTube videos, just a little behind the scenes walkthrough of our new membership platform. Any other questions? Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing some of you on Monday for Landscapes of Letting Go. Remember, if you show up live on Monday, you will have the opportunity to win. I think it's actually right here on the wall, right behind me. Let me get here full screen. This is the collage that you would win. There's glare from my windows. Um, if you show up live, that's I will be giving that away to someone that shows up live. But if you don't show up live, that's all right too. You'll have lifetime access to the replay. And that's Monday. And then, like I said, I'll be announcing the book launch for World Collage Day. If you go to that explore.collagelab.com site, you can also sign up for my email list so that you know about all these upcoming things. All right, half an hour. That's not bad, guys, right? On a Friday afternoon. I certainly appreciate you being here today live. If you're watching the replay, I appreciate you watching the replay. That's all I've got for you today, but thank you again so very much for being here. I hope to see you around Collage Lab very soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.